Right then, welcome to this, what shall I call it, I don't know, not so big adventure across Scotland. Because hey, I've done my big adventures across Germany, where you can explore the entire country for a month for a relatively cheap price. And I know that Deutschland ticket's now gone up in price, and it's now roughly the same price as the Central Scotland Rover, which, for the same price, gives you just 3 days of travel, and you don't get to see the whole of Scotland. No, that'd be far too generous. Instead, it just gives you a very small part of Scotland, including Edinburgh and Glasgow. But in Glasgow, it only lets you go in half of the city. Who on earth designed this fair boundary, cutting the city in half? So compared to Germany, this is not good value for money. And to get to Scotland, I went by aeroplane because it's the cheapest way to get there. Now this one is rather weird, going all the way to get on a plane just to go within the UK. And to be honest, it is ridiculous that aeroplane is the cheapest form of transport to Scotland. It shows you how overpriced the trains are.
I wasn't expecting this in an airport.
Doors open.
Oh, weird.
Going down. Doors closed.
Okay.
Doors open. Going up.
How odd.
Doors open.
So every time you open a
Going
door,
up. Doors open.
that's weird.
Going up. Doors closed.
It's loud.
First floor. Doors open. Going down.
It's really weird when you arrive on domestics because you're literally walking the opposite direction to all the other people getting a plane. So you actually arrive in the departure section rather than the arrival section. But at least it's nice and quick, no passport control.
So, as I'm not getting on that overpriced bus into Glasgow, instead I walk to the nearest town centre, which is the suburb of Paisley.
What's that?
Doors closing. Lift going up.
Modded.
7th floor. Doors opening.
That's quick. Oh, doors got stuck, but okay, hide your way. W Park. It's got a cone eco disc with Otis.
And now along into the centre of Glasgow and along to the Hilton Hotel.
Level 1. Leisure Club and Spa. Going up.
Now along to House of Fraser.
Wow, this is getting rough. What once was a posh shop, it's not so posh anymore. So, door open does not work. No door open. Take the other button there. When this thing's fucking taped up. Use button panel opposite, does this not work? Oh shit! I think your shop's close to bankruptcy. Over the hints, it's very posh. Where's all the customers gone? It's middle of the day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, on a weekday, but the shop is empty. This company's not making the right business decisions. Nowadays, consumers don't want these sort of department stores because they want lots of choice. Having a department store full of different items means you get less choice in each item. Even still, I just think it's just badly mismanaged how they're running this place. Game shop? I didn't think it still existed. Oh, here's a vintage lift, or it was, but any trace of it left? Don't think there is. This game shop, like, who buys games nowadays? It's empty because, like, no one's going to buy a game in that form. They just get them online, or most people pirate them. I want to go in that. There's no lift suspended in that shaft. Yeah, there's a lift car there. Crashed up one shaft. But sadly, I don't think we're going to see it. It's got this thing in the way.
And now along to St Enoch Shopping Centre.
I've ruined this. Why would you mist over the glass when you've got a really nice lift? Unusual shape. Chandler Mechanic. I've had to mist it over. Perfect levelling.
And along to the university.
This university looks a bit like a hospital to me. This is the uni. This lift's got some odd, well, I'd say buttons, but they're used as indicators in they're actually buttons. You've got floors, ground to 7, then you've got car overloaded, which is a button, lift 10 to ground floor, which is also a button. Those don't do anything.
So today is the day of the solar eclipse, when the moon goes in front of the sun. So here's some footage of the eclipse. Sadly, because my camera colour corrects it, it's hard to really show quite what it's like. It's sort of creepy because it's a rather weird dark it goes. But sadly, this happened late in the evening when the sun was setting anyway. It would have been far more atmospheric if it had happened in the middle of the day. And to be honest, this eclipse did feel a bit overhyped. It wasn't as good as I'd hoped. So then it's now time to camp for the night. So with the right to roam, it should be easy to camp in Scotland because as it's something that's officially allowed. In practice, it's not as easy as I hope, especially when you've got things like this.
Shut the fuck up, it's a public street, you can't. Ridiculous. Shut the fuck up. It's Scotland. There's no trespassing, even if I was trespassing, which I'm not. There's no trespass. I can camp wherever the fuck I want in Scotland, so shut the fuck up.
And on this particular night while I was camping, so a bit of a reminder to myself, when getting up in the night, don't walk around barefoot as it was very muddy and I kept stepping on loads of squidgy, slimy slugs. So my foot is now very muddy. So I now need to get cleaned up. Where should I go? I know, let's sneak into a posh swimming pool in a nice hotel. Why should I have to pay to go into a nice pool? It's far more fun to sneak into it. And this hotel's got Otis Gen 2s.
Okay, Justin Otis. And all the floors are locked. And round the... Yeah, I don't know anything much to say that is. Yeah, I think we've seen enough of these.
So then in this video, rather than just going around the city centre of Glasgow, let's instead go and explore some of the more obscure towns around the area and see if I'll find anything interesting. So let's now go along to Stirling. This is a place where I've changed trains when heading up to the north of Scotland, because back when I was a child I regularly got taken on holidays to the north of Scotland into the mountains. And by the way, if you want to know why I'm called Ben, my parents named me that after the mountains of Scotland, so they then decided to take me on loads of mountaineering holidays. And to be honest, I ended up finding it really boring, as to me the countryside is just empty and dull. So as I used to change trains so many times at Stirling, this time let's actually leave the station and take a look at the town and see what it's like.
Hey, Thistle Shopping Centre. The shopping centre looks a bit, I don't know, like small town England, so it's not the best. Some eco discs here. Oh, floor 5, okay.
Going down. Doors closing.
Got the acceleration really turned down on this.
First floor. Doors opening.
This one has it 1, 3 and S rather than 5. No, but it shows 5 in the indicator. Hey, that one's got better acceleration and got more pre-door than the other one. That's an unusual sign. Bastion Jail. Well, sure, that's a tourist attraction, but a very unusual sign in the shopping centre otherwise. Now, this is a town centre. Don't really know what else to say. Looks quite Cornish in some ways. Scotland and Cornwall look very similar. There's not many lifts here. Oh, will M&S have a good lift? I highly doubt it. It's the reason why I don't come to these sort of town centres much nowadays. But in England I don't, in Scotland I don't think it's going to be any different. There's just not much to see anymore. Like, in the past I used to look around every little building, every little corner of a town centre, try and find the 1 or 2 old lifts there, but nowadays there just isn't anymore. Oh, typical M&S thingy. They've got a sensor up the doors, which they used to work in the past, but I haven't seen those work for ages. Oh, this is crap. I'm not even bothering to film this. UK lifts out on mod. Might have been Furs originally, actually. Those lights look slightly old. So it's been modded twice. Okay, this is probably the oldest you're going to get in the modern day in a town centre, sadly. Early EcoDisc. It's 2001. Oh, this is going to have first gen logic. Better levelling than the later ones. Let's see if it's got good levelling. Yes. So the early ones, you've got the big cabinet. So that's the first gen LCE, because some of the later ones of this design will have the later LCEs, but only the oldest ones, like before 2003. And you've got the old first gen motor. Got a bit of bearing sound on it, was at full speed. Sounds really nice. Levelling better than the later LCEs. It's actually the fastest levelling LCE. What's this piece of shit? Oh, it's hold hydraulic. I don't know why it's hold hydraulic, because you don't normally put those in unless you've got a reason to, like decoration. But it's not decoration, because who's going to appreciate it? It's usually like shaftless lifts or ones in buildings where you really want to show off the style of it. And that's design. You might as well just be in a rope hydraulic. You have to dig a hole in the ground for no reason. Oh, this mod is appalling. Oh, fucking hell. Just realise what it is. It's shit. Glass right by a door on the other side, but the door's not glass. It's glass inside out where the concrete wall is. I guess makes no sense. Very slow levelling.
So then, now along to the hospital, which has got some generic lifts with touchless buttons on the outside.
So the logic cabinet's on the lowest floor. That's odd. The lift's nothing special inside. Oh, you still have to press the button inside.
Doors closing. Doors opening.
Nothing really said about the inside of that.
So then, looks like for tonight I'm having to play a game of Avoid the Rain. Looking at weather maps and trying to work out where it's going to rain and avoid it. And considering it's like splodges of rain moving across Scotland, that is very hard for weather forecasts to predict. So I decided to go south-east of Edinburgh all the way down to Tweed Bank.
Okay, Tweed Bank. This is a weird place. So if it does rain in the night, that's the bus shelter I'll be going to. Let's hope it doesn't.
And luckily, in the night, it didn't rain. Well, actually, the rain held off to 8 o'clock in the morning. So looking at weather maps, I suddenly realised I had to get out of my hammock fast, otherwise I'd be rained on. So I now get on a train one stop along to Garlashills. And it seems like there's absolutely nothing here. And in Home Bargains, it seems like I don't even know how to put milk in the fridge. And as the fridge is full, I've just left the milk outside on the trolley. So then I now go on the train along northwest of Edinburgh along to Kirkcaldy. Some of these names in Scotland sound so weird. The weirdest place name I came across on this trip is Crosby Looth. What the fuck? fuck is Cross Maloof? That is such a fucking weird name. But anyway, back to Kirkcaldy. Let's take a look around this very small town. And to be honest, it was very little here.
Doors closing. Lift going down. First floor.
So now I go along to the small town of Coatbridge. And to be honest, Coatbridge is yet another place where there was pretty much nothing to see.
So, the name of the station is Coatbridge Sunnyside. So that's Sunnyside, and this is actually it's a slight hill. Is that like Chinese style? Sunnyside means the sun shines that side of the hill more on this side. So we're now on Coatbridge Dark Side. This shopping centre is a disgrace. Oh my, they're putting in ramps so there's no lift. There's there, ramp there, so no lift needed. Makes it really boring though. This is grim, very grim. I don't know if this actually still works. Cool. Oh no, it's here. I don't know it's done by Tronely though. Oh, it is. Oh, it's done by Tronely. What the fuck? Oh, that's a shame. I just like that, but I'm on my own. I haven't anyone press the buttons for me. This is old. Just don't get why that's all left there. Send. Hydraulic. The hydraulic thing. It squeaks its way up the shaft. So, will I return to Coatbridge? I don't think so.
So now along to Newton. But despite the name, there wasn't a new town here. There's literally just nothing actually, but this was a good place to hammock up for a night. And this picture here kind of makes it look very sort of idealistic. Oh, beautiful hammock in the woods. In practice, loads of brambles underfoot which I had to remember about in case I got up in the night because I don't want to tread on those. Had to set alarms to wake myself up in the night just to check the weather maps to make sure there was no rain clouds coming my way. And in the end, on this trip, I did find it very tiring as I wasn't really getting enough sleep. Now along to Hamilton. And with a place name like Hamilton, it makes it sound like it's going to be big, but turns out it's yet another small town.
That is tatty. Imagine being in Westfield and having a tatty sign like that. It never happened. Fucking hell, this is grim. Okay, I think it's time to leave this place because I'm not seeing a single lift. This place is so fucking shit.
To be honest, this trip is not really going out well. All of the town centres outside of Edinburgh and Glasgow all have turned out to be very small with not much there. Now along to Motherwell.
So, this is Motherwell. Apparently this is a shopping centre, but it doesn't look like a shopping centre to me. It's just like a shopping passage thing. Okay, it's modded, but... What's that? Windows, a weird shape. House is so clean. Well, this is the cleanest tower block I've seen for a long time. But it smells clean. Like, tower blocks are never this nice. We're like Scottish people more respectful than like Londoners or something. Okay, caretaker switch. To do nothing. It's this door hold. Car press. Does. Yeah, just car preference. That's boring. I thought it was going to be so more interesting than that with caretaker switch.
And now we go along to the town of Falkirk.
Howgate Centre. Can't be shut. It's not 6 o'clock yet. Oh my days. It's not even 6 o'clock and look at how shut it is. You know, in the shit part of town when it closes this early. Lifts. Nope, let me in.
Doors
Oh no, it's one of these cheap pieces of shit. Oh, I hate that shit. And it's a Scott Tech lift. What's that, like a Scottish version of Lift Tech? Just as shit.
1. Doors opening. Lift going up.
Oh, there you go. That looks a bit Trafalgar Centre. Okay, you can tell the shopping centre's closed. The music they're playing, it's not official, it's just on a speaker. And it's got all the swear words in it. I haven't censored out the swear words. It's like I'm in Poland, because they always keep swear words in Poland. So, what do I think of the smaller towns in Scotland? To be honest, they haven't been that good. I'm glad I came, because I just wanted to explore railways and see what there was, but this is why I prefer to go abroad rather than to places in the UK.
So to be honest, I've had enough of these small towns. Now, let's go along into a city. Along into Edinburgh. And it seems like Edinburgh has been overrun with American tourists. I've no idea why so many Americans want to visit this place. Let's go along to the brand new modern posh shopping centre.
Edinburgh's busy today. It's absolutely rammed.
Going down.
Covered in adverts.
Doors closing.
Why have they done this? Look at all those screens. It's really hot in here because all these screens are giving off loads of heat, making this lift boiling hot. Okay, John Lewis has Otis.
Doors closing.
This building must be older than a new shopping centre. Look, Otis. It's old.
Level 3.
Haven't heard that voice before. Those are quite a bit older, switching components. They don't make them like that anymore.
Going down.
I did not expect there to be an older bit of the building compared to all the new shopping centre. Alarm.
Level 2. Doors opening.
So then, tonight it is raining. Like, properly raining. There is nowhere I can travel to in Scotland to avoid the rain. So, what should I do? Book a hotel. Well, turns out, for a dormitory in a hostel is £80. For a dormitory, you're sharing a room with other people. The place has become so overrun with American tourists. The prices have shot up. So, there's no other choice. I've got to go and find a bridge to sleep under. Now, I know some of you are saying, oh, go and sleep in a lift shaft. But be honest, those are not comfortable and you can't hammock up in a lift shaft. Yes, if there was no other choice, I would sleep in a lift shaft, but I don't really want to. I want to find a bridge. So I now had to use up time just searching around different bridges. And to be honest, on this trip, I did not make the best use of time. I wasn't really getting round places that quick, and if I'd been more efficient, I could have done so much more. But anyway, I managed to find this bridge, which is the tram bridge at Edinburgh Park. And at this point, I'm hidden from the road by a bush. On the other side of me is a fence where the railway is, so I can attach my hammock directly onto that fence. I've now got 2 hammock straps, because as I haven't used the strap on the other side, I tie those together to make one big strap, and that is just long enough to fit around the bridge leg. So it turns out I've actually found the perfect sheltered place to sleep for a night where nobody's going to see me.
Most people say hammocking by railway track's a bad idea as the trains will keep you awake, but I actually like the sound of the trains. They'll probably help me to sleep. Now, I moved in the night from that one to this one. Turns out it is close enough. Because that one, I was actually starting to get wet when it started raining. But this one, I was fine because I'm far enough from the edge. After all, because that one, I was starting to get wet because the rain was coming right down and blowing into me. Very random place to sleep. Well, glad I found this actually, because otherwise I'd be screwed because I'd be soaked. Because it absolutely chucked it down in the night.
So then, let's now leave Scotland and go along to Newcastle. And sadly, the lifts in the Baltic Centre have now been modernised. These were some really nice Otis lifts. They're like his 90s Otis, which was quite custom and different to a normal Otis and was quite interesting. But now it's been modernised into a generic.
Only one lift is working, the middle one, in our busiest places. Like, fucking hell, this is not a good situation. Fucking hell, I've ruined this.
Fifth
Northern
floor.
elevator.
Door opening. Door closing.
What a load of crap. Northern elevator. Why does it change colour each floor? Okay, at least that's a nice feature. There's actually two colours
Door
in there.
opening.
I think, or maybe not.